Man, we are getting down to the thick of it, ladies and gentlemen. Check, check. I think we're good. Daddy's Timmy. I'm who? I'm daddy to who? Who am I? Who? Ladies and gentlemen, the Maury Povich show will be right after our coverage of the North American Racing Series, so stick around for that, and I'm about to find out if I am the father, according to chat. But nonetheless, everyone gets settled in. We are about ready to start qualifying for the chase for the NARS Cup. We're down to the last 3 races of the season, and we got ourselves a very tight battle for the championship that we're going to discuss in the meantime. But right now, just want to welcome everyone in, give the stream a like, sub to the channel, all that stuff. So everyone's getting spread out for qualifying. We're going to have 13 cars in the field tonight. As per usual, 50% distance, 2 times tire wear, slider settings, no customs, as it is every single race this season. But we gotta get down to the headlines. We saw Jet Blast in car number 1 take the Lady in Black to a smooth dance last week at Darlington. Was absolutely dominant in that race, capturing yet another checkered flag on the season, which adds to his tally of 3, which helps close that gap back up in the standings to number 77, Jacob. LK14, also 3 wins on the year. He has the points lead now by a 6-point margin. He had a huge point stay at Talladega 2 weeks ago, which helped leapfrog him in the standings after Jet Blast looked like he was going to run away with it. But these two have been the talk of the town, the class of the field. About every single week, one of these two have been in contention for victory, whether it's between the 77 or the 1. You expect to at least see one of them, if not both of them, up at the front on a weekly basis. But that's the top 2 that have a realistic shot at the championship, as with how close it is, it could really come down to the final race in Vegas in a couple of weeks. Right now, the 77 has the top spot for now, but it is not a comfortable seat because the 1 car of Jet Blast is within reaching distance. 42 back. Could see a couple of Hail Marys from the 19 Camp Aussie Rules. He has 1 win on the year, the season opener at Daytona, but he's been very consistent. Most of his finishes have been in the top 5. He has an average finish of 4.4, which is better than our points leader, Jacob, which is a 4.6. Right now, Jet Blast leads that category, 4.1. So he doesn't quite have the stats to tussle with the top 2, but he's been pretty consistent on average. He is just right within reach of making some really exciting things happen. He's 42 points back, but if he can dominate this closing stretch, be on the lookout for the number 19 Bass Pro Shops Toyota to really make things interesting for the chip. 4th in points goes to John Waterforce, the 17 machine. We'll get a look at his car, the Fastenal Ford. Has a win on the season at Talladega a couple of weeks ago. Didn't quite have the week he was looking for at Darlington, his home track, but he's looking for a bounce back here in the Lone Star State. He's representing the Lone Star driver Chris Buescher, who's from Prosper, Texas, as Rick Allen has let everyone know, which, by the way, has a population of 38,000. Something to think about anytime you think about Chris Buescher. But Waterforce, 17, always in the hunt, always hovering around the top 5, always looking to make moves, make things exciting up here for us in the booth, and hopefully for you in the chat. As qualifying has wrapped up, again, those are the top 4 drivers to look out for. It's a close battle here for the championship with this, I think, Gateway next week, and then Vegas to close out the season. What this league plans to do beyond that, I'm probably assuming it'll be when the new game comes out, much like everybody else. We'll get the results to you now as we're loading in. Getting you the starting lineup, and no surprise there. Jet Blast making a really good impression to get back the points lead. It's off to a good start now. He will claim the pole with a 29.666. Might had to make a deal with the devil to put that time together, as that'll put him at the point to lead them to green. Outside of him, second place will be the number 34 of Rhinov. Rhinov missed last week at Darlington. He is back this week, and he's unloaded with a fast Love's travel stop car to put him on the front row. Then row 2, starting third inside, Hockey Bukaki in the number 10, Smithfield Ford, and outside John Waterforce in the 17. I'll let the league know that we're ready. Row 5, Aussie Rules, number 19. And outside of him, I don't know. I can't quite see who's in 6th yet. But right now you have your top 5. Jet Blast in the 1. Rhinoff 34. Hockey in the 10. John Waterforce in the 17. Then Aussie Rules in the 19. That is the top 5 on the starting grid. And actually, we can Jacob in the 77 did not unload with a good piece for qualifying, but all of his eggs are assumedly going to be in the racing basket. I don't know where I was going with that. Qualifying, not as much of an emphasis as the race, obviously, for Jacob, but he's got some work to do. He is starting 9th on the grid in that Spire Motorsports Chevy with a 29.889, at 2/10 off the pole time. So better hope that that's not going to carry over to the race. But knowing Jacob, qualifying usually doesn't deter him. Whenever he is starting mid-pack, he usually finds his way to the front pretty quickly, regardless of track type. He's always going to find his way. So, again, 77 car, keep an eye out for him. Starting 6th, NASCAR Rillo made it just in time for qualifying and put down a P6 time. So that'll put him outside row number 3. Then row 4, Slick Nick making his return after missing last week. He is back in the Napa number 9. Then outside of him, Zach in 6, another Hendrick car, the 48 car, coming off a strong second place last week at the Lady in Black. Will roll off the Ally Chevrolet in P number 8. And again, we talked about Jacob in 9th. Rounding out the top 10, a newcomer, number 23. Goes by the name of Sanok, 21. Sanok. It's one of those. He is rolling off 10th, and he is in the number 23 McDonald's Toyota for 23.11. Right now, the clock is still paused in the lobby. They're probably doing one last debriefing as they give roll call, make sure everyone's here. Again, we got 13 cars in the field tonight. Let me adjust the audio mix, that way y'all can hear the engines. Again, we got 7.65 seconds left, which means we can load in now. We are here for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500, as it shows there. But again, 3 races to go. And a close championship battle on our hands. The top 2 just separated by single-digit points. It's Jacob coming into this race, the points leader, ahead of Jet Blast. He is rolling off deep in the field. Jet Blast with a chance to recover. He is starting on pole. A chance to take the points lead back. But he's got 12 other cars to deal with. Reinov in the 34. He's got 1 win on the year. He's looking to make it number 2 here in the Lone Star State. And the green flag's waving. We are underway. Jet Blast leading him to green. John Water wasting no time getting in line behind the 10. Good start for that number 10, as we were talking about hockey, Bukaki. Able to get by our front row starter in that 34, who is shuffling back in the running order as we speak. He is losing not 1, not 2, look like maybe 3 spots. Here comes the 19 and the 9. Aussie Rules with Slick Nick making a bold return after missing last week at Darlington. Reinov able to stop the bleeding, get back down to the inside, gets cut off by the 10 just briefly. Everyone at their closest point trying to jockey for track position as much as they possibly can. Let's get to that 77 car, that Ziegler Chevy. Already up a few spots from where he started, hasn't quite cracked the top 5 yet. John Waterforce move for the lead. Jet Blast opens the door. And he's going to have to speed out of turn 2 and a little bit of assistance from the 10. And just like that, we have a new race leader, John Waterforce, easily taking over the lead from our pole sitter, who slots back at a P3. That inside lane is a must for these cars to get around here as quickly as possible. You get to the outside, you get hung out immediately, especially in turns 1 and 2. There's just not a whole lot of speed to make up there. Ever since they reconfigured this track. Oh, Aussie in trouble, the 19. Now finds himself stuck at the back 2 by 2. As he is now going to be in the heat of battle with the 99 and the 5 car of Amar breathing down his neck. Meanwhile, the lead switches hands for a brief moment as Hockey had a run on the outside. John Waterforce kind of gives them a little bit of a hip check. Not a whole lot of breathing room for these cars to run side by side here. As that is made evident, here comes that 77. We were talking about when he would be able to get his way to the front. Didn't take him long at all. From 9th up to 2nd already. Our pole sitter, Jet Blast. Ooh, Jacob getting a little bit loose out of 4. Same with the 5. Same with the 20. Quite a few cars. Going to be fighting the handling of these cars through 3 and 4, especially out of turn 4. That last turn, the car gets really light as the banking transitions. We've talked about this with like Charlotte or any other mile and a half, but it really gets emphasized here at Texas. You're going to see a couple of cars, it might happen throughout the run, they're going to get really loose. Happened with the 17, the 34. Tried to prevent it from happening. He went the other way, kind of bounced off the wall. And that's going to be a reoccurring issue. These cars are going to have to get themselves dialed in to be able to handle just that really rough transition. Try to make sure they stay balanced out of 4. Don't want to get these cars too loose, otherwise it'll make things really difficult. Here's Waterforce again in control of this race from the lead. He was actually talking to me earlier about he wanted to decide whether or not he wanted to be in this race or be up in the booth with me. I said, go out and race. As much as I love the company, and as much as I'm missing Wallbridge right now, I want to see John Waterforce on the track. I want to see him in this race. I want to see him mixing it up with the front runners. Because when he is out on the track, he makes things more exciting. In fact, when you have more cars on the track, that means more excitement. Usually, you talk about quality over quantity, but guess what? Quantity usually can be a pretty nice thing as well. We got another attempting pass for the lead between the 17 and now the 34. Really smooth line through 3 and 4. John Waterforce going to try to defend as much as he can. Keep that 34 pinched down so that way he can't carry too much speed out of 2, but there's just not a whole lot he can really do up there. That inside line just has so much speed, so much grip, so much momentum to carry out. But the 34 was unable to get the most out of it. He's got an advantage nonetheless, but is it enough? John Waterforce doing a really good job staying even with that 34, but I think he'll have to surrender the spot for now because Reinov now has the lead. He misses the bottom. That's an opportunity for Waterforce to get it back. Here comes the crossover move. An open door means an open chance for the 17 to rebound and get the lead back from what was taken from him just a lap prior. Get that side draft on the 34. A little too much of a side draft. Keep things pretty cordial between the two. As we look back behind this battle for the lead, we got 3rd and 4th settled out. Jacob and Zach, who also has moved up a few spots from where he started. And now we see that 77 car kind of zigzagging a little bit in the turns 1 and 2. Aussie Rules trying to dig himself out of a really deep hole right now. Same with the 1 car of Jet Blast. Not the start we were expecting to see out of our pole sitter. And we got trouble for the 48 of Zach. And that was a massive lag hit from the 77. Our points leader might be in trouble. And he's going to drop to the back of the line. As that'll be the word from race control. Posting the 77. Too much lag on his end. 34 making another move for the lead meanwhile. Reinov getting around the 17 of John Waterforce. And Slick Nick in the 9. Luck is on his side tonight. He was able to slice and dice his way through up into the podium places early on in stage 1, but now we got a door-to-door battle right behind him in his mirror. Let's look now. John Waters still trying to figure out that outside, seeing how much speed he can be able to build up there. How much he's able to keep that 34 pinched down and limit his opportunities to clear him. Ooh, and a big push. And a push up from the 10 onto the 9. The 10 car got really tight right within the 9 car's wake. The dirty air can play an effect here. When there isn't a whole lot of racing grooves on this place, it means options are pretty limited amongst our competitors, so everyone's tucked in amongst the same line. And just like in real life, the arrow push can really play an effect if you're tucked too close to the car in front of you. Need that nose to have a little bit of air, even just peeking the left front out like the 10 car is doing right there. That can be enough just to get the car to turn. does he look to make a move on the 9, or does he try to help him? Because they've lost a lot of time to our top 2 at the front, who have gotten themselves a bit of a breakaway, and the pack is slowing down. We have ourselves a caution. The 23 slow at the back, crossing the start-finish line, so that's going to be an in-game caution. This is not a manual one. So our first full course caution of the night happening in stage 1 with the 34 in the lead. And this will put these guys in a bind because we're going to have 34 laps remaining in the stage. And they can only put upwards of 31 laps of fuel in the tank. So everyone is just missing out on their window. So unless they get a couple laps under caution, try to save a little bit. It's going to be really close. So our eyes are going to be amongst the mid-packs. They're going to have the best advantage on fuel. With the massive hole that these cars punch through the air, it's going to allow these cars to drive in the pack much easier, which means they can lift off the throttle and save some fuel. So some of those guys in the mid-pack might be thinking that right now. As for the guys at the front, it's going to be all attack from here. Oh, he was barely clear, but he kind of hesitated. Slick Nick in the 9 up into second. And sneaking on by, he wants more. Here comes Hockey, also getting by the 17. Right now, everyone's single file. Nobody trying to make any sort of moves at the moment. They know they're cutting it really close on fuel. Right now, it's a lap short, but with enough saving, they might be able to swing that pendulum in their favor. Might be 1 lap short now, but we can get it maybe 1 or 2 to the good if they're efficient enough. But right now, the 34, Reinov. He's in the worst spot as far as fuel saving goes. Yeah, he is leading the pack, but he's in the worst spot when it comes to fuel saving, because he has nobody to hitch a ride to. But there's also an opportunity for another caution to come out and bail these guys out, and that's what these cars at the front are hoping for. So we look at the varying lines right there. The 9 car enters a little shallower, but he was able to get those left side tires on the white line. There's a whole lot of room between the white line and the wall because of this track's, somewhat uncharacteristic design in 1 and 2. It's a lot wider and a lot flatter than it is in 3 and 4. So it's a bit of an unconventional line as compared to most mile-and-a-half tracks. You enter so early, so soon, you have to cut all the way down to that white line, which is all the way down there. And that first set of dashed lines, that's kind of where the original banking used to start under the old configuration before they changed it. Back around 2018, 2019, I'd say. If I'm that 9 car, I gotta get really close to that 34. I'm gonna try to run that exact line that 34 is running. He enters pretty shallow, and it doesn't quite hurt him, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. You got all that room out of 2. So even if you overshoot it a little, you've got enough room to make up for it. 3 and 4, that's the one you kind of got to back up a little bit. But because of the banking difference, it's got a lot more of it. Which means these cars can get a lot closer to, if not, or all the way up full throttle through that set of turns. Right now, with the fuel situation, I don't think we're going to have as much of that. And here comes the battle for the lead. Slick Nick making the move now. It's time to go. Giving that 34 a little bit of Napa know-how. How about Slick Nick? Was in our chat last week because he was unable to participate at Darlington last week. He is not letting this go for granted. He is taking the lead here tonight at Texas. And now the battle for third is getting heated up. They're going to be 3 abreast. For a brief moment, that 10 car was on the outside there. And here's the 77 of Jacob. Coming into this race as the points leader, but now the 1 car is ahead of him with the 99 of Rillo separating the two. As Jacob makes that pass, we gotta look at his fuel gauge. It's still not enough to make it to the end. As we look through the field, I wanna get it on the battle for the lead, but I have to step out here relatively soon because I gotta go take care of something. So we might go to a commercial break here shortly, but I don't want to do that yet. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So we can kind of at least keep it on the battle for now, at the front of the pack. Which right now is at a draw. See, the 9's exiting a lot shallower. Like, he's not washing it up towards the wall like the 34's been doing. Now, I don't know if that's helping him with stability or not. Some cars might do that just because it might feel safer for them. Does the 34 have a run here? He's just not close enough. 9's going to try to get him to wash up. Neither one of those cars were on the white paint at the entrance of 3. Looks like Zach and Amar are backing it up a little bit. Here comes the 1 car. Him and his teammate Rillo turning on the jets in the closing laps. Reinov with a late move. Doesn't quite do anything with it. Might be a little bit of a sense of panic amongst the top 2 because our pole sitter is back in the fray. And here comes the 1 at Jet Blast. Getting these top 2 a little bit intimidated. Reinov opens the door. Nick barely does. These cars are really setting sail. We still got plenty of laps remaining. 17 in massive trouble. John Waterforce is out. The 17 of John Waterforce, 4th in the standings, is going to take a big hit in the points. He is out, and the 34's in trouble. Reinov in the grass. He was running in 2nd place. And he has dropped all the way back to the 2nd pack. Things are shaking up dramatically, and while all that was going on, Slick Nick lost the lead to the 1 car. Our pole sitter is back on the point. Reinov and CCR are at a scuffle right now. Reinov trying to stop the bleeding. Jacob now up into 3rd place. Oh, these guys are not going to make it on fuel. Looking at Jacob's fuel situation, it has swung the wrong way. So I wonder if these guys are thinking that there is no way that they're going to save enough fuel and they're just going to go balls to the wall until stage 1. The 9 car might be thinking that exact thing. The 48 and 23 are cutting it really close on entry. Rillo making a move for the lead. speed, they're slowing down, and that is the yellow. Just as green flag pit cycle was starting to begin, Amar was on pit road. Slick Nick. See who else was on pit road. The 48 and 23 looked like they were on pit road. And John Waterforce out early with engine trouble has now found his way up here in the booth as we have ourselves a caution on the track, as it looked like pit stops were actually just starting. John, what was it looking like out there?
It was fast. I was enjoying it actually, but the one time this season I actually enjoy racing on Heat 5, I lag out. So.
Now, were you guys cutting it close on fuel in that stage?
Yes, nobody was going to make it if it went green. There was no way. I tried saving early in the run, and I wasn't making any kind of ground, so everybody was going to have to pit.
Well, anyway, we're back to green now. Jet Blast and Rillo. We're going at it right as the yellow came out, but the one car will get the lead here. Jacob's going to sneak on by in second place. These are the top two in the points. Now top two on the track, and Jacob looking to get a little bit more into three.
Yep. Hockey Bukaki's actually rebounded back to third. It's he's going to be a sleeper, I feel like. I think Hockey Bukaki's going to be a really fast driver here if he can stay out of trouble.
Yeah, that's about right where he started P3 in qualifying. Now P3 on the track. Aussie Rules trying to come back as well from the issue he had at the start. He's up into P4. Right now the top 4, 5, 6, just about the top half of the field, single file. As we're winding down the laps in stage number 1, D'Artagnan, the 14 machine, looking to make a move on the 9, who is going to get credit for leading a couple of laps here. He was one of the cars that made the pit stop right as the caution came out, as now he finds himself shuffled back in the running order for right about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th place. D'Artagnan now up into 7th, and CCR on the 20 also on the move.
Side note to keep an eye on, the 77, while I was out there, he had some lag issues.
Yeah, we saw that earlier.
With me, it's going to be something to keep an eye out on here.
Oh, there it is.
Looks like he's having, yeah, I talked it up, he's having a little bit of trouble there. Oh, there you go, stack up.
Oh, it's looking really bad. Oh, God.
This is bad.
Not from what you normally would expect to see it from.
No, you have those drivers you know you're not surprised to see lag out of, and he is definitely not one of them. It looks like he's going to give way, and
that's going to hurt him in the points.
Yeah, just Jet Blast rather. He had trouble with this sort of thing at Talladega, and he lost points. So. I mean, it sucks. It really does. With the way this game is, it's on life support, and you gotta roll with it, but it sucks for him. Now Jet Blast is out comfortably in the lead. Oh, he got a little piece of the wall. He's out there quite a distance out in front of Aussie Rules.
Yeah, he doesn't need to sweat too many bullets. He's got a comfortable enough lead where he can just focus on hitting his marks. Oh, there's going to be a big log jam out of 4. They're 3 wide there. They're 3 wide there. They're about 2 pairs of 3 just briefly. The 77's going to give up another spot to the 14. And he tried to stay within competitive speed, but it just wasn't worth it, as he is going to drop all the way to the back, and that is going to be costly because he is now well outside of the points for the stage finish.
Yes, Jet Blast holds on. He will actually take the lead by 1 point in the championship. He will be awarded 5 points for winning the stage, and of course, no points for Jake.
Oh, the 19 and the 99. As the battle for second's getting really rough up there. The 10 car's closing in, and D'Artagnan, this 14 car, has cracked the top 5. He's on the move in this restart. Oh, the 20 and the 5. Looked like the 20 car looked like he was about to wash up through the quad oval. The 9 still trying to make a comeback here after leading laps early on. He is peeking the nose underneath the 5. But right now, I got my eye on this 14. He's looking like he's got some pretty good speed right now in that Stewart-Haas Ford.
D'Artagnan, he's a really, really solid driver. He might not be the fastest, but he's the cleanest I've ever raced. And very considerate driver. He's a driver any league owner would love to see in their field. That is for certain. Shout out D'Artagnan.
And he's loving this right now. Top 5. If he can hold on for a couple more laps, that'll be a good points day for the 14. But he's got Amar with the challenge on the outside. And maybe he can get a little bit more. The 10 car is getting pretty close to his windshield. Hockey Bukaki slipping a little bit. He's blocking the 5. He is really cutting him off as much as he can. He wants this. Jet Blast comfortably in the lead. The battle for second's at a standstill between the 19 and the 99. Meanwhile, the 10, a sitting duck. Because here comes the pack of cars behind him, and the 14's leading that charge in the 3.
D'Artagnan, the one thing he's got the help from the 5. He should be able to theoretically make this pass.
And that looks like it was the end of the stage. That might have been a lap too early. Jet Blast hangs on. And what a sigh of relief for him with the mishaps for the 77 camp. Drop him out of the stage points. And as it stands, it looks like the 1 car, Jet Blast, is going to get the points lead back with that stage win. And
it's
we
just
got
how tight this championship is. Sorry to cut you off. This championship, the points are really tight. Going with this chase format, this is what I looked at. I wanted the points to be really tight. The margin for error is just very slim, and not an error on Jacob's part, just an error from the game. It's unfortunate, but he's got a lot of laps left here to get the points back. He's only 1 point out.
And we got the shuffleboard out. We're moving them back around. Jet Blast, Aussie Rules leading them to green. D'Artagnan's pit crew gets him +2 on the restart as he is now up into 3rd. Then Amar, then Rillo, then Hockey loses some spots as they're all scattering, shaking around at the back of the pack.
Now I'm looking at Jacob there in the back of the pack. Look, he's still a little unstable. We'll have to keep an eye on that. It's a developing story. This race. Looks like Aussie Rules wants to maybe make a run for this lead here, lead some laps. 3rd place points. 3rd place in points. Aussie Rules, the 19.
And with this, we got the deck of cards shuffled around. We got some cars that haven't really seen this side of the pack yet tonight, and could throw things a little bit of a curveball to 14. Now washes up the track. He's going to get passed by the 5 of Amar. The 99 also going to sneak on by. It's really difficult to hold your own. John, I saw you when you were battling the 34. You were doing the best you could to try to defend from that 2nd lane. It's how much of a hassle is it to try to build speed up there when you know the bottom lane is the way to go?
Well, it's a losing battle, but I wanted to try to make it work. But 1 and 2, it was the most difficult. 3 and 4, I can do it. It's 1 and 2, just the way the turn is. It's just, when that low lane going into the corner, it hooks up a lot better than it does on the outside. I have to get off the throttle a little bit or I'll wash up. So that gives way to the inside car. It's difficult, but I was actually surprised I was able to hold on to his right side as long as I did. It was fun, but challenging all the same.
Well, now that I got you up here, do you mind taking the reins from me a little bit? Because I got to step out briefly. I'll be right back.
we have Jet Blast still leading here. Aussie Rules in tow. Looks like he's just riding a little bit. He's not really pushing it. Just riding behind the 1. And now we got the 5 with the help of the 99 of Rillo and the 20 of CCR. Good to see CCR in the top 5. Just a train around Texas here in the top 5.
Oh yeah, look at that 20 car.
Yeah, the funny story about the 20 used to run in the league with the 5 of Amar and the 19 of Aussie Rules. So those guys are friends going back a ways. And I am very happy to have CCR in this league. He's a pretty cool guy. Good to see him up in the top 5.
Yeah, hanging on to a pretty good run right now. He's getting his hands up on that wheel and getting up around the bend. CCR now in the top 5, closing in on that 99. I want to check in briefly with the 77. Right now trying to take some shelter for a little bit as the connection issues were really plaguing his race. Really cost him some really valuable stage points in stage 1. Now finds himself right within the second pack right now as he's under threat from the 34 who had some issues as well in stage 1. Got a couple of guys on the comeback trail but are having a difficult time digging themselves out of that hole, the 34 and the 77. And the 23 also getting by, the newcomer making his debut tonight.
Unless the 77 is still having trouble, he's jittering a little bit from what
Ooh,
I've
the
seen.
10 car hockey hard in the
wow.
wall. 77 gets ricocheted off by him, and that might be making things go from bad to worse because he hit that wall really hard and he slides across the 10's door. He's not happy with him.
It's very, very close. It's treading a line there, but they get it sorted out. But that's tough for him. I was just
That's
about
tough
to say,
for them both. Hockey was also running really strong.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I was wondering why he was riding, if he was, maybe his connection stabilized. I expected him to try to make his way to the top 5, because, I mean, these points are going to be so valuable. And, but that's pretty much thrown out the window now that he's probably got left side damage and nose damage. I'm not sure how severe. That's, man, not a good race so far for 77.
Yeah, I'm looking at his car right now. His car's reporting left side damage, so nothing to the nose, which is a good thing. I don't think the door damage is really going to hurt him per se, but he is still not where he wants to be, because that's still a setback time-wise, nonetheless. As we got a camera on the 19 car up into the batter's plate, Aussie Rules, bringing his buddies Amar and Rillo, trying to bring the challenge to this number 1. Can anyone have anything for him?
I will say the nose damage is very detrimental here. I was really tight whenever I had nose damage from a lag issue. It's not pleasant. So he's very, just going back to Jacob, he's very fortunate he doesn't have any nose damage. Really looking here, I know Aussie really wants to make this move, but he's a smart driver, and I wonder if he's just kind of riding and maybe waiting until the green flag pit stops here to make it up on pit road.
Across the line that time, 36 to go in stage number 2. And an opportunity for these drivers to kind of take things easy a little bit. Everyone's taking the opportunity to learn. Every lap is a learning experience for these guys. I mean, Jet Blast, who started on the pole, he dropped way back at the start. Was kind of riding around mid-pack. Probably didn't like how his car was driving at first, but now that he's got the lead back, he's been able to hold on to it since. Despite the challenge from the 19 of Aussie Rules, he's painting a really pretty line, getting both of those left side tires on the white line through 1 and 2. And you can see the effects of that right there as he was able to close in really close to the bumper. But like you said, being very smart and being very patient, is in no hurry to take this lead yet. We might have gave him a little bit of a push at entering turn 1. The one car going to wash up just a tad, but I don't think it's going to hurt him much. Does the 19 think about making a move there? Maybe for a second he hesitated, but he is back in line through 3. But the problem is, and I think this is what he's thinking right now, if I try to make a move now and it doesn't work, then that's up to the 5 and the 99 to pick up the scraps. And that's exactly what would happen if I was in that 5 car of Amar, who's just watching this battle from behind in 3rd place right now. Ooh, his car's getting really out of shape through 2. Got rid of the 99, the 20 car. CCR's kind of lost the draft there. He's still hanging on to 5th, but he's lost touch at the top 4. Reinov's gained some spots back. He's up into 6th. Slick Nick also back on the move in that number 9.
Yep.
Ooh, Aussie.
Looked like he was wanting a peek, but
I don't know if that was taking a peek or if his handling's starting to go away.
could be. He's definitely got the run. He could do it anytime. He's electing to stay in line for the time being. And he's 42 out of the lead before the race started. I'm not sure where he's at this point, but he's still in the equation for his championship. But we're on the last 3 races here. This is the third to last race. He's going to have to make up some ground. I'm curious how he handles this race, especially coming down to this stage 2.
It's time to throw that couple of Hail Marys for the 19. We were kind of talking about this in pre-race too. I was looking at the points. With the 19 being 42 back, and with only a few races left on the schedule, he's got to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at these guys if he wants to have a realistic chance at this championship. Mathematically, he is very much in the fight, but he's got a steeper hill to climb than the one in the 77, who are pretty much in a head-to-head combat of their own, being separated by single digits. But that 19 car off to a strong start tonight, got some really good stage points in stage 1, and as it stands now is in position to get some more. And with the issues with the 77, that gap in the points is definitely close for the 19. If you can just keep at it here.
Yeah, and even if it doesn't work out for the 19, it's still a great season. We're on 3rd place in this league. It's a very, very, big compliment to him. And he's a very capable driver to win a championship.
Handling really going away.
Amar is going to take a look now. He's going to let him back in. Not surprised that Amar let him back in there. It's something I preach in drivers' meetings each week. Show courtesy to your fellow driver. That's just a mutual respect from the 5 to the 19 there.
As we look through the rest of the field, we've got another car on pit road, the 20 machine, with an early pit stop. He was losing quite a bit of time with the leaders. Even though he was up there, I think he realizes maybe now would be a good time to make a pit stop, try to get an undercut if possible. He won't have the advantage of the draft, but might as well try something different.
He may as well. I mean, he's not in any points fight. He's just out here to try to win.
And the 9 car really cooked the entry. Slides the front tires, trying to get it to the timing line. That'll be a close call. for race control, see if that was speeding or not. And what a tough break for the 9 of Slick Nick. I was going to talk about him earlier. He had a really good start to the race. Actually was able to get his way up to the lead, battling the 34, and actually led a couple of laps and tried to undercut in stage 1 on strategy, but the caution came out at the worst time for him and got shuffled to the back as a result. As now we got some other cars on pit road. The Stewart-Haas machines, the 10 and the 14 pit at the same time.
Looks like the 1's going to pit here.
Yeah, the 19 gonna give him the lane. 5 car might also be coming down. The 99, yep.
Yep, 3 Chevrolets coming to pit road here.
And Reinov, then Jacob, then Zach. The 23 stays on the track.
I wish you would have seen the 5. He was completely sideways just driving down pit road.
And despite that, he's gained a lot of time on the 1. They are literally hugging each other door to door as the 5 pulls into a stall. And here comes our race leader, Aussie Rules, going to surrender it to somebody. Don't know who's going to get the lead from here. And these guys will be good to go on fuel. And here's the race out of the pits between the 1 and the 5. Amar.
It's close.
I knew it was a good stop for the 5. Just how good was it? Well, look at all that time he's gained.
That was textbook for Amar. He has a lot of experience, so it's no surprise that he gained that much. So now where does the 19 come out? Where does he fit in? He got undercut.
Oh, it's a speeding penalty for the 19. A 31-second stop. He's going to get held.
Well, there you go. That answers the question. That's
yeah, so
tough.
much for that.
Tough break. I was really interested to see how that was going to play out. Nice job, Austin. All that. So it looks like it's a battle between the 5 and the 1. 99's lost the toe for the 5 and the 1.
Not the best stop for Rillo, as he lost quite a bit of time on the exit. That outlap wasn't so kind, but now the complexion amongst the top 2 has changed, because now Amar has thrown himself into the picture. And he was up there, he was hanging in there in 3rd, but a really good pit stop. He has not let that 1 car leave his sights. And now it's his turn to take a swing at this race lead, as he is up to the batter's plate.
I'm riding with Jacob right now. Seems like his connection has stabilized to this point, and a big storyline here. He's actually in 5th place right now, so that's pretty big considering the 5 points he lost to Jet Blast. He's still going to lose points to Jet Blast if this stands, but it's going to help to be in the running for points at least. Every point is big in this situation.
And a much needed rebound for the 77. The green flag cycle has been very kind to him, as he is now back inside the top 5. And separated by, looks like 6.1 seconds off the lead. And we got quite a bit of separation during this green flag run. We see it with Rillo. Reinop also had a good cycle. He is now back up into 4th in that 34 machine.
He's about 2.7 seconds ahead of Jacob. And Jacob has a second and a half on CCR in 6th. So.
And then another second on the 48 of Zach N6, who holds the 7th spot currently. Oh, no, never mind. That swapped hands. Hockey Bukaki in the 10 has just made that pass. This battle is not entirely over yet. The 48 makes a slight peek into the inside of turn 1, but the 10 car is going to have the spot. And might have something for this 20 car. with the amount of time we have left in this stage.
And what Jacob is pulling for here is that Amar makes a move on Jet Blast to steal a point away from him. You know, if they run now, if they finish stage 2 out, they run now, Jacob would lose 4 points, but if Amar were to pass Jet Blast, he would only lose 3. You never know how big those points might be, so I guarantee you he is thinking in his head, please Amar, please make a move and win the stage. And we'll have to see how that plays out. Amar is definitely capable of doing so, so we're gonna have to see it.
15 to go. We got a trio. This is P6 up for grabs, Hockey and Zach, and it was a matter of time. With them working together, they were going to catch up and gang up on the 20 car, and they did it much quicker than they thought. Oh, the 20 car going lawn mowing through 4, and that's going to hurt even more for the 20 cars. He loses 2 spots on that lap.
Yeah, well, at least he didn't get any damage. He does lose a lot of time there. It's got to be really frustrating.
Right now, watching Amar's line. Doing a really good job staying with the leader. Flips the apron a little bit. That might hurt him. He gets really loose out of 4. And just as I say that, all that time he just gave up to the 1 right there in 1 turn. I mean, how much of a trouble spot has turn 4 been for you guys?
For me, it wasn't bad. I mean, there's a certain way you've got to angle your car out of the corner. It still might get you, but I didn't have trouble with it. Honestly, there's a spot between turn 1 and turn 2 that kind of grabs the front of the car. It's weird. It helps you rotate, but it kills your speed in the center. I felt it in qualifying, but in turn 4, you can't really be turning your car to the left. You'll get into trouble. It'll want to pull, but at least it isn't where it wants to spin the car out like at Darlington off of turn 2, which is awful, by the way. But he was able to gain that ground back up. That's good for him.
This battle, like we said, wasn't over. It's picked back up again. This is for P6. 48 back to the inside of the 10 of Hockey Bukaki, who's trying to defend as much as he can. They make contact. Bit of a paint exchange across both doors. That's going to hurt the speed of the 48, who looked like he was going to have the spot, but the 10 car tried to defend as much as he could. And one of those 2 cars got loose and slammed to the other. I don't know which way it was, but either way, the contact was made, and the 10 car gets to keep the spot for now. Aussie rules, though. I want to check in on the number 19. We talked about it earlier. Got a speeding penalty on the pit stop. He is now in 10th place and under fire from the 14 of D'Artagnan. But he might be gapped him here a little bit. He's got a fast enough car to get back up there. Just needs to ride this out. But when we talked about needing all those Hail Marys to really make things interesting in the points, even just losing out on some precious points in one stage is enough to hurt the 19 car with the amount of points that he has to make up tonight if he wants to have a realistic shot at this championship.
Definitely, definitely. It looks like I'm checking in on Jacob. He has lost a little bit of time to Rhino, but he has about a 3-second gap back to Hockey Bakaki and Zach in 6. Actually, 3.1 seconds to be exact. So
Yeah.
he's
And that's
kind
the
of just
lucky thing
logged
for
in the
Jacob.
fifth
Those
there.
two are still battling. Ooh, Jacob loses the nose. Out of 2, he was arm wrestling that car to keep it off the wall. Oh, and the 10 car. Oh, you might rubber band back to the 10 because the 10 car makes a mistake right after. This battle is still not done.
We are coming around. When Jet Blast makes it around, it'll be 4 laps to go in the stage. So I'm curious to see what run Amar can get. This could have championship implications here if Amar tries to make a move here for this stage win.
He's had this he's had this entire stint to kind of sit back, get the blueprints out, and plot his next move. He's been kind of experimenting with different lines a little bit, trying to see what will work or what won't work. He knows what won't work. We saw him make a mistake or two, which kind of cost him time. But amazingly for him, that car's got enough speed to be able to reel that one car back in. I was wondering if the one car was going to start kind of pulling away a little bit from that, but Amar, again, has not let him leave his sights. And he's going to try to make this one car sweat for this stage win.
What's going to be a disadvantage to the 5 is he's waited so long. Jet Blast is going to block for all it's worth here. I mean, it's going to be hard to. He's going to have to get him off the turn. He's going to have to, set up a run here. He isn't there yet.
Amar needs to play some mind games with this one, try to keep him on his toes, try to get him where he least expects it. We're right on board with him now. We're going to have one more shot at it for this stage 2 victory. The 1 car has it in his grasp for now, but the 5 car needs to set up a run if he's going to try to steal this one away.
That was a really good corner from Jet Blast.
He defends by taking away the low line. Goes for the bump and run.
It worked.
And it was only a bump for the 5 as the 1 runs away with it again, crossing the line for stage 2, which is now in the books. We got a car stopped at pit exit the 20 machine of CCR. We'll get to that in a second. Jet Blast, meanwhile, getting the stage 2 victory over Amar, who gets 2nd, then Rillo 3rd, Rhino 4th, Jacob 5th. The battle for 6th was settled, and the 48 has gotten around the 10 for that spot, so Zach in 6 gets it. Hockey 7th, and Aussie Rules up in 8th, and the 23 in 9th. The 14 rounds out your top 10. Uh-oh. I have lost Jacob's stream.
Aussie Rules should have his stream up.
Yeah, I got Aussie's stream up, but I'm trying to figure out why Jacob's ended. Maybe it's trying to fix, maybe the lag issues were starting to peek their ugly head again and decided maybe ending the stream will free up some bandwidth. He's going to restart 6th with the 48 on his inside. Amar's going to have another crack at this lead as we're leading them back to green with Jet Blast in control. We're back to green.
Yeah, as it sits currently, Jet Blast has the points lead by 5 now. So still anything can happen here at the end of this race. But good run by Jet Blast so far.
especially with this pack of
Jacob's
bloodthirsty
way
hounds in
high.
his mirror looking to bite his legs off. Anything can happen, just like you said. So Jacob is far from the clear, especially with how close the pack is now. Maybe Amar tries to make a move now while the tires are still fresh, but he's got a whole pack of cars behind him as well, starting with the 99. Reinhoff side by side. He's getting shuffled out on the low side, but that's going to give him the advantage in the turn, as now Hockey is going to get left out to dry. He needs to get back in line as quickly as possible before the 19 tries to swallow him up. 34 gets a little bit of grass on his left side tires. Gets fishtailed into the 10. I think now it's elbows out from here.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm surprised that there's a lot of riding around. Well, there you go. Well, here goes to 5.
Amar finally making the move for the lead on the 1. He's waited around long enough, waited too long, and now it's time to go. They're battling really hard behind them, but it's going to be Amar that's going to lead that lap and clear the 1 with help from Rillo in his mirror. Amar to the point. Meanwhile, Hockey and Reinov, I see, sneaking by for 2 for 1. And Jacob's problems continue to persist. They are getting bad again. Oh, God. He's going to the grass. He has lost full control, not just of his connection, but also his car. And the 77 is out of this race.
Oh, wow.
You talk about major championship implications. Well, we got him here.
Well, now if you're Jet Blast, all you got to do is you just ride around, sit in a good position, finish good here. This is going to be a huge point swing with a 1. That is very unfortunate that if something like that were to affect the championship. But you know.
And I mean, it's going to happen anyway, because it happened to Jet Blast Talladega not long ago. So
yeah,
it's just
and
it's just the roll of the dice.
Everybody understands what we're getting into when it comes to this this game. It's terrible.
This dying dinosaur game, which we thought was dead by Christmas, and here we are 6 months later, and it's somehow still alive. Just hanging on for dear life, just like these drivers are at the front of this pack. Rillo now getting shuffled out by the 48, who is now looking to crack the podium places. He was 6th in stage 2. He's looking to get a couple more spots with some assistance from the 19. Rillo got some help from the 10 to clear back across him from the outside.
When Amar leading this race, I just thought about this. If he were to win, that would be our 10th different winner in 15 races in this series. That is really, really cool to see.
And the competition in this series has been on full display since the start. Got a lot of drivers in this field, even the ones that have multiple wins, like Jacob and Jet Blast. Aussie in that 19's got a win. John, yourself, you got one at Talladega. Rillo's got 2 in his pocket in that 99 car. Hockey's got one in that number 10. Reinov outside of the top 10 in points, only 8 starts to his name. One of those resulted in a win. Parley's got one. He's both him and FD Slayer not in the league anymore, but still their wins still count.
Just a little bit of clarity on the Talladega win. I forgot to mention I did have a Dale Senior hat on as I was racing. So
it just came automatically at that point.
Yeah, I felt like Dale Senior coming through the field.
Now the 5 car might be starting to feel the pressure a little bit from the 1. His lines are looking a little unorganized. Oh, gets some contact from the 1.
Close.
Where does Rillo go? There was some opening in the middle, but he thought better of it. But he's got to deal with the 48.
10. He backed out of it. Smart.
Amar loses the lead to Jet Blast.
Just like Zach's let Amar get in line. It would be, Zach running third. Shout out to Zach, longtime admin of this series, of this league as a whole. He is yet to go to victory lane in this league. I would love to see him finally break through and get a win. And he's sitting really good in third place right now.
And coming off a strong run last week too. He finished second at Darlington. So the momentum is definitely on his side. He's in a really good spot right now to finally break through. He has yet to win this season, the 5 car. I'm actually looking at the points right now for Amar. Not only has he not gotten a win yet this season, and I refuse to believe this, he hasn't even gotten the top 5 yet.
Yeah, we actually spoke about that a week or so ago. We can say that he is consistent. He has a lot of top 10s. Right? I'm not sure of the number, but he has a lot of them.
Yeah, 12. He's 12 for 12 regarding top 10s, but he's 0 for 12 in top 5s. So he's got the 6th through 10th range down on lock pretty much. Just needs to break through, get a little more, but he's getting hung out to dry. Got passed by the 48 and now the 99, now the 10, but he's not going to let this one go easily. Pit stop still on the horizon for these drivers if it can stay green.
Amar, he has won in this series, in this league. One win. I pushed him to a win at Talladega in season 2, so last season, photo finish. So Amar he knows how to get it done. So we'll count him out.
And now all that experience that he's had tonight, running up at the front, going for the lead, running at the lead, and with him losing those spots, I wonder if that's kind of given some motivation to kind of push the issue a little bit. Because I think he now knows what he has. He's going to make this move on the 10. This is for 4th place. They make a little bit of door contact. He's a sitting duck on the straightaways, but once they get to the turns, the advantage swings right back to him. It's not going to be the prettiest pass to make because him and the 10 made quite a bit of contact for turn 3, but I think the 10's going to let him go.
Yeah, Amar, he's not an impatient driver. He's very cool behind the wheel. I've raced with him for a couple of years, and he's been a joy to race around. Really good. He's, like I said, he's not impatient. He's very, very smooth behind the wheel. It looks like Zach is backing up a little bit.
And backing up this whole line. As Jet Blast has opened up a little bit on his lead over the 48, despite not having any sort of help.
Yeah, Jet Blast would be in tough shape. Oh, wow. What a move by Hockey Bakaki. I know Amar's not going to be happy about that.
Oh, they're in trouble! The 34 and the 5! That could have made things a lot worse.
That was a really bold move by the 10. I can't say I approve of it from my vantage point. That was really
The 5
bold.
certainly doesn't.
That broke the line up. Curious to see if they can get back together. That was a really aggressive move. Still a lot of laps into the race, and he just about spun out. 10 is out of shape. Now you got a 3-car breakaway here with Chevrolets. 2 from Trackhouse, 1 from Hendrick.
And Hockey and Aussie are really going at it for this spot. And like you said, with the 10 car getting out of shape through 4, got a little bit of the grass. That's really backed these guys up. And Aussie's patience meter might be getting a little low here with that move. He might be wanting to get around this 10 car if the handling on Hockey's machine continues to go away.
I did say Amar is a very patient driver. He does not mind repaying the favor. Now, here at the NARS Cup Series, North American Racing Series, we do not approve of retaliation. But, you know, I do approve personally of if somebody door checks you, door check them back, as long as it's fair game, you know. And you know, me and you both know what that is, what's over the line and what's not over the line. So I wouldn't be surprised if he uses his bumper a little bit, get him about the groove, if he can get back to him. It looks like this line is getting reattached to a certain degree here. So, you know, it looks like Amar still has the draft to toe up 34.
And not only has Hockey reattached himself to the top 3, he has gotten out gotten the glue and really stuck himself to the bumper of the 99 because he's made a lot of time back up. Kudos to this number 10 Smithfield Ford for staying in the game here and getting himself within reaching distance of the lead as we are getting really close. The 19 sideways, excuse me. Losing not one but 2 spots.
Bad. That was very close to being bad. Under the 34 was probably scared for his life there.
Handling really going away. 3rd place. Stolen from the 10. He has gotten around the 99. And the fuel window getting close to its end, which means we're going to have pit stops here relatively soon. We did see at least one car make a stop further back in the pack, but the handling amongst 3rd on back is really hanging on by a thread. We saw the 10 car get out of shape. We saw the 19 get out of shape. We saw the 34 and the 5 both swinging close through the quad oval as they continue to try to sort out the running order because we are getting really close to pitting here.
Just like Jet Blast will be, he'll be making his pit with the 5. Just to make a note, Aussie Rules was very much sideways, pointing towards the pit road. That was a very impressive save from Aussie Rules. Now, they will not be able to make it. There will be another pit stop.
And
this
here
thing
comes
goes green. That's going to be interesting.
Group. The 1 and the 5 get out cleanly.
He's just lost so much ground because of the deal there with Bukaki. Unfortunate, but he's not out of it though. Got a little help there from the 9 and the 20. I don't know if they've made their stop yet or not.
And here's the race off pit road amongst this group. Zach got a really good stop. He's going to separate himself amongst the group. But here comes the cars that are already up to speed, starting with the 1, and here comes the 5. Amar gonna get him by one. That'll cycle him back up to 3rd.
That's big. That's a big jump there for the 5. I'm really curious to see how this plays out with another pit stop looming to make it to the end. Curious if the 48 and the guys behind them can make up this ground on the 1. So the 534 and I think it's the 99. Is it the 99?
Yeah, that's Willow.
bunched up together, so that should be able to make some ground in 48, or maybe push to 48.
I think they know that too. It's gonna be a waste of time to be battling amongst each other right now when you've got two sitting ducks in front of you that you can work together and try to close in on. I mean, Zach's got a pretty fast car right now. How good is it really when it's sitting on a lone island like it is right now, and you got this whole pack of cars fresh out of the pits? And with Amar getting the undercut, was able to gain some spots. We know he's got a good car. Let's see how good it really is with that one lap disadvantage on tires.
Depends on where they catch them, but they should get up behind him and push him here, I would think. Just depends on where they catch him, though. Oh no.
Rhino, big hit! And more trouble. Hockey looks like he's around.
Curious if that'll be a caution. I'm not sure. Is that the race director's discretion? It looks like there is a caution.
And the flow of this race being disrupted with that caution, that'll throw a wrench into things. But will that mean these guys are good on fuel now?
It'll be close. I know it gives you 30 to 31 laps coming off pit road, but as me and you both know, that's not accurate. So it'll be close.
Yeah, that was a 3-car incident if you count the 5. It started with the 5 car plowing the nose into the wall off turn 2 right in front of Reinov, who had to take evasive action to avoid the 5. And in the same breath, right behind the 2, the 10 car did the exact same thing, but just couldn't hold on to the grip of that car and looped it around. So that was basically 2 separate incidents in one. And thus we got ourselves a yellow.
Yeah, we had 3 cars involved. That's deemed a throwable caution, so good call by the race director there. They will have, as they cross the line, they have 27 laps to go, so you would think they would be able to make it, and I think they will be able to make it. Just a personal opinion, but it could be close. We'll have to find out here.
Uh-oh. They got him again. Aussie rules. Speeding on pit road for the 2nd time today.
Not good.
Undoing all the progress he made back up, and he will have to start back at the bottom of the hill again.
I'm gonna step away for a second and grab me an ice cold Sun Drop.
We got the choose going into effect here. Looks like most of the cars are opting to go to the inside. Oh, hold on, the 23 has inserted himself onto the front row. Trying to see where he came out of the pits here. We got ourselves a bit of a mix-up at the front. Looks like a lot of cars just dropping to the back of the line, or at least going to the inside. We are not going to go green this time, so a bit of miscommunication perhaps on the actual running order. So we got the 23 again. This is a driver making his series debut tonight. Sanak. I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly.
I think it's Sonic. I think that's how it's
Sonic.
been pronounced to me.
Okay, well, it looks like he has inserted himself onto the front row through the choose, and I don't know if that's a legal choose from him because he made a lot of passes. Then granted, it looks like everyone has decided to go inside, so maybe it is. I don't know. Because I thought I saw a couple of guys go to the outside and kind of change their minds. So they decided not to go green that time and put together another pace lap. So I guess this is a good enough lineup for these guys. Sonic in the 23 in his debut is going to be on the front row on the outside, but it's only going to be him in the 20 of CCR. They get to the restart zone, and it's a great jump from the inside.
Yeah. The outside wasn't the move there. Maybe they can gain some spot. Yeah, he slots himself into fifth there.
25 to go. With that extra lap under caution. Could help with that. The 9 car Slick Nick has cracked back into the top 5. A long way to come back for the 19, but he's back up here.
If I'm the 48 here, I'm going to try to make a move now. I mean, you may as well.
Taking a look through the peephole, the 48, trying to see if there's an open lane he can create for himself. Oh, 14 and 20 make contact. The 20 gets shoved all the way to the top of the hill.
I don't know what your opinion is on this, but you know, if I'm the 48, I feel like leading at a track like this, you would rather be up front defending rather than trying to take the spot. Because with a one-lane track like this, you can't, the bottom is king, and you're not going to really be able to make a move on the outside. Well, there you got it. You got the nose under. Put Zach in 6th to the lead.
To the lead, Zach and 6, a major pass for the 48 to take the lead away. And a chance for him to lift the weight off his shoulders and finally break through the win in this league, but it is far from over.
Yeah, interesting there, the 99 did not pass the 1. He got out of it, let him back in. That is interesting. And Zach's not defending. Jet Blast is really lucky. He's got a teammate there, I guess you could say, in the 99. So he was good. He was at risk of falling many spots there.
Zach's really got to keep them all at bay here. And the 1 knows he's got a car capable of making that pass for the lead again. He's led more laps than anybody else today. Got a good exit through 4, but it's not looking like he's going to set it up yet.
Yeah, if I'm in the shoes of the 34, the 19, or the 5, especially the 34, seeing the 99 get out of it and let the 1 back in, I'm going to want to break them up. And
he's trying to. Oh, he lags! As my voice cracks in response.
Big lag, and it checks up the 19 and the 5. The 5,
the 9's in the grass.
Through the grass. Can he save it? Yes, he will. Good save. That's unfortunate. So 34 is going to try the outside. Wow. Good that'll really be.
Could this be a race to the caution? Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it.
I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, that's at the race director's discretion. They call a caution on the lag.
That's usually been the case when lag stuff like that happens. They usually
hit
get
the
caution.
apron.
Here comes the pass. I think we now know where the 99's allegiance is.
Yeah, and that's got to be frustrating for guys that are trying to, you know, unseat Jacob here. And I would do everything in my power to break them up and get past the 99. Because then Jet Blast is going to be sitting on an island. I don't know if I said Jacob. That's my fault. I meant Jet Blast.
Sorry, I've done that a couple of times already this season.
Yeah, the name starts with J's. Just throws me off a little bit. It's like Orlando's going to give him a bump to the 48.
Yeah, Zach's going to be in a lot of trouble here.
Oh, that is unfortunate, to say the least. He was running really good. He hit the apron there off the 4. Jet Blast, he had to make a move. And the curious thing is, if the 34 doesn't make it back up there, is Rilla going to try to pass the 1?
That's what Rillo's probably waiting on.
He's got Aussie rules. He loves to speed on pit road. He's got him in tow. Zach has fell in front of A-Mark 5th, so if they can hook up and catch back up, we got a race again. Looks like Hockey was going to try to give the 5 another shot there. Couldn't get there.
Hockey getting around him for that spot. That is going to be for 6th. Oh.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about that contact earlier. You just
not going to cut him any breaks. The 5 car trying to take it away from him again.
Yeah, in their best interest, they need to get it sorted out. So it looks like it did. This field's kind of spread out now.
Rhino really washing up out of 4. Had to catch the nose of it relatively quickly. I don't know how much that hurt him. But if I'm Aussie Rules, this number 19 car, I have been through hell and high water. Back and forth in this pack. 2 speeding penalties on the day, and he finds himself in 4th with about 10 to go. What is he possibly thinking right now?
He's probably thinking about going faster, I guess. I mean, he's got it. He knows how to do it.
And
I'll be
Hockey's
trying to
car
get to that 34.
Hockey's car is a handful right now.
Looks like they're gaining a little bit of ground. But 34, he can't wash up anymore. He's got to be running perfect laps here. Now, if the 99 actually makes a move on the 1, that will slow them down and 34 will have an opportunity. He is closing. 34 is closing. With the 19, the 48 is.
And he gained a lot of time out of 2. Look at that.
It's a big run.
A huge run.
You don't think the 34 is going to try to make something happen? He's definitely going to. He is very capable and he's bold enough to do it. probably going to be trying to make a move, like right now, I would assume. Well,
Rillo gonna beat him to the punch. Makes a move to the inside in turn 3. NASCARillo passing Jet Blast out of 4. He's gonna bring Reinov in tow. Does he go for 2 for 1? He's gonna give the 99 a push.
One's gonna really probably lose it right here. He's holding a decent line. Big thing is, can the 34 stage was, oh no, he just chopped his nose off. That's another bold move right there, but he ain't gonna be able to keep it on the bottom. Nope. Yep, Rhino's got to run now.
Really smooth out of 4 for that 34 Reinov. Will easily dispose of that 1-car Jet Blast, and that's going to bring Aussie Rules now into the picture. All that battling has allowed the 19 to close back in. Reinov tried to make a move. The 99 was very quick to react to it. Oh, but he's going to try to make the outside work. Nobody's been able to do that all day.
Bold move by Reinov.
Problem is, he is completely outnumbered. We are down to the thick of it here at Texas Motor Speedway. Coming across the line that time by 4 laps to go. I don't think that was the move.
No, it definitely wasn't. Hard the move to make there. Now, NASCARillo has to defend.
3 to go.
3 laps. It's going to be Miro driving for 3 laps. Aussie Rules got loose. Rhino's still trying to outside. Aussie Rules, I want to clear him as quick as I can. And he does. 2 to go.
A chance for NASCARillo, a driver that has come a long way since joining this league. Looking to go for win number 3 on the season here in the Lone Star State, and he's got to hold off the guy that has assumed the race lead today. But Jacob wants to add more to his points lead, and what a way to do that with a win, but he's got to get around the 99 to do it. He's got one more chance at it. The white flag's in the air. Rillo gonna drive out of his mirror. That's all where his eyes are going to be looking at. Jet Blast needs to be really quick in deciding what move he has to make this win work. Reinov is right there in his mirror, 3rd place. Aussie Rules hanging on in 4th. I don't think Jet Blast is going to have anything for this number 99. NASCARillo make it win number 3 here at Texas Motor Speedway. NASCARillo gets it done at Texas. And a great points day for Jet Blast. He's 1 spot short of the checkered flag, but he has got to be very happy with the results that he has got today, in spite of the unfortunate issues for the 77, his closest competitor in points. It is Jacob's loss is Jet Blast's gain in the points. He now takes back the points lead.
Yeah, really good run by NASCARillo. I was picking on him a little bit for riding with Jacob there, but it was actually the move. It was he put himself in the right spot, made the right move at the right time, as he's done all year. He's probably been one of the luckiest drivers in this series this year. But hey, sometimes you need luck, and he got it tonight. That was not mere luck. That was a good drive from Rillo.
Yeah, and just a smart drive. Everything was timed perfectly. Reinov, who gets the last spot on the podium, will also get the fastest lap of the race, a 29.451. Aussie Rules finishes 4th. And finally, Amar gets a top 5 that he can add to the stat sheet. He finishes 5th. I still can't believe that he didn't get one. Like, I'm looking at the points right now, it says he doesn't have one, yet he's finished top 10 in all of his starts.
Yeah,
so
surprising stat there, but
Finally
very
gets it
interesting.
done. He beats ahead of Zach. It looked like that was going to be Zach's best chance at finally breaking through. He will finish in 6th. The CCR, number 20, will finish 7th. Hockey 8th. And Sonic in 9th. D'Artagnan rounding out the top 10. And unfortunate for the 9 cars, Slick Nick, who led laps early on, wasn't able to capitalize on that. He will finish in 11th place. And our 2 DNFs of Jacob and John Waterforce, who has joined me gracefully here up in the booth, our 2 DNFs of the night as we try to get our top 3 finishers for a quick interview for our post-race coverage here tonight. Let's see, who do we have in here? Just need to get the,
Well, we have third place here.
yeah, we need to get the winner, but we can go ahead and talk to our 3rd place finisher while we can. Reinov, you got a copy?
Yeah, you got me?
I got you, man. Hell of an effort for you tonight. It was kind of an up and down race. I mean, it seemed like that for a lot of people, but definitely had a couple of hiccups there, but you definitely had the speed to run up towards the front, and you were able to get up there in the closing laps and get yourself up here on the podium. Just walk me through your race.
Yeah, sure. It was really hard to pass. Definitely one groove track, especially in these cars. Track position was huge. But when I was up there and had the draft, yeah, I felt like my car was really fast and had the potential to win if I could just get some clean air. Um, yeah, and it was nice to start in the front and then work my way through some cautions, some lag issues. Um, And yeah, that last stage, I just held it down in the inside lane, and want to thank Aussie for giving me the push through a lot of those turns. We just made our way up to the pack, and then yeah, ran the top 2 down. Had to make a move, tried to go on the outside, just couldn't stick it.
Yeah, it was a tall order to make the outside work, and I almost thought you were about to pull it off. Like, you got right to the 99's door, and I'm like, oh my god, the outside's actually about to do something. It hadn't worked all race, and for a split second, it looked like it was finally going to work, but you were just outnumbered once it
Yeah,
came through there. Everyone was kind of
I had
ganging
a
up on you on the inside.
right, I had a huge run, so I was able to get side by side, but I think Jet Blast going to the inside to push the 99 definitely didn't help me. So if it was one on one, I'd like to see where we would have finished up. It would have been more interesting. Or maybe if the one stayed up to push me, who knows what would have happened.
Alright, but nonetheless, we get you up here for a quick word and a good finish for you. It's been a pretty good season for you overall. Glad to have you up here, and congrats on the podium.
Thank you, thank you.
Now we
All
turn
right, Timmy,
our...
I'll take this one.
Alright.
Jet Blast, you got a copy, brother?
Yes, sir.
Well, I had fun for, I guess, 30 laps I was in the race. um, but it was very fast out there. Tell me a little bit about your race. You know, kind of what was going on through your head.
Well, my main goal tonight was I wanted points. I wanted as many points as I could get, and I feel like I accomplished that, winning both stages and finishing second. I had to make up that gap from my lag issues at Talladega, and I think I did that. So I'm feeling pretty good about it, and I'm happy with P2.
Yeah, it was a good run. It's unfortunate that Jacob had to pull it in the garage uh, due to the circumstances. Um, but you know, walk me through the last few laps there, and what were you thinking about as far as positioning yourself for the win?
Well, just a quick thing on Jacob. He's my main rival in the championship right now, according to the points, and I really hated to see his night go the way it did. But also the way I look at it is we are now kind of 1-1 for lag races that have cost us in this postseason. So, I don't want to gain points like that, but at the same time, I lost them like that at Talladega. So I guess we're kind of even on that. In terms of the last few laps, honestly, I was just kind of riding. I knew I'd already gotten good points, and I was guaranteed a top 4 out of this tonight. So I was really playing with house money at that point. I had my teammate behind me, and I wasn't expecting him to make the move so soon. I figured he'd do it with a couple laps to go. But it threw me to the outside. I fell back to third, and Rhino took his run that he was talking about in an interview and went to the outside. Now, you best believe if Rhino was in a Trackhouse car, I would have gone to the outside with him and gave him a push. But no, that's why I went back to the bottom and helped my teammate Rillo and cleared him for the lead. And then after that, I just kind of rode behind him. And I was thinking about making a move coming to 2 to go, and I probably should have, because that's when that's when I had my best run at it. And coming out of turn 4, coming to the white flag, I kind of didn't have a good corner, clipped the apron a little bit, and stalled my momentum, and that's pretty much all she wrote. So I was able to come home P2 right behind my teammate, and I'm definitely satisfied with that.
Oh, man, it was a really good run for you. Proud of you. I'm happy for you.
Thanks, sir.
You got any shout-outs you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to give a shout-out to my teammate for winning tonight. I'm proud of him. He's put in a heck of a season as well this year, and those Trackhouse cars are really good each week in, week out, and can't wait to see what these final 2 weeks hold. I'd like to shout out you, John, and Zach, and Jacob, and everybody who puts on NARS. It's my rookie season here, and I've really been pleased with how the racing has unfolded, and it's very well organized, and I've had a really good time with it. So I want to thank you guys for that, and I also want to shout out Mr. Timmy here for coming in and calling these races, especially with Walbridge's issues with the game. And I'm glad he could step up and help us close out this season. So just want to thank you guys for that.
Well, I appreciate the compliments, man. Good luck on your next 2 weeks and your championship run.
Thank you, sir. On to Gateway.
All right, Timmy.
And that has been the word from our reassumed points leader tonight, Jet Blast, getting the 2nd spot. As we turn our attention to the man who has carried the Trackhouse torch tonight, getting the checkered flag, his 3rd of the season, NASCAR Rillo, just getting everything correct in that closing run, working together with his teammate, not letting anybody get back to him, and just once the heat was starting to get brought to the front, he made the exact move at the right time and didn't look back. And man, you've come a long way since when we raced in Ruthless back in the day. I've seen it throughout this season. You've gotten a lot better in making all the right moves and just being up towards the front and just what goes through preparation for these races for you?
For me, it's really knowing the track beforehand. Last week, Darlington, I had a really good, decent race for myself. I know it wasn't really that much on tape, but I thought I had an excellent race there when it comes to points and stuff like that. And I had the same mentality going into here in Texas. I usually like these mile to half mile, 2 mile tracks. They're just kind of my gig. Getting into tonight, though, I was really confident. I know I was coming in here with a top 5 car. Maybe it didn't show out all points, but with the adjustments I knew I had to make, it kind of paid off starting towards the end because I started on the 7th slider, but my problem was I was getting too loose and I just didn't really feel comfortable running around with people. So that's why I was around mid-pack, but towards the end, I made some tire adjustments, wedge adjustments, got it feeling right.
In that last run, there were opportunities where it looked like the door was open to get around to one car, but you were being pretty loyal to Jet Blast, kind of helping him out, kind of getting some separation from yourself and the rest of the pack. When did you know that that was the right time to make the move?
That's an excellent question you asked me because that was exactly what you just said, being loyal to Jet Blast, and I would have stuck it through till probably the last three laps because my what I wanted to do was I wanted to break apart from like fourth on back and everybody else because I seen Ozzy and the five and um, Ryan kind of getting at it a little bit back there. I was like, well, this is a really good point to like keep pushing Jet Blast and try to pull away. Thing is, I didn't really have too much draft behind him, so I was basing off my corner entry and speed. So I seen Reinov. I mean, early in the days when I was behind him and I was in front of him, is that he really was trying to get to the front and take any chance he could. So I was like, okay, well, I know he wants to do that, but I also don't want to get stuck on the high side and get bopped out to like fifth or sixth. I really want to have a strong night, but I really want to stay loyal to Jet Blast because I'm getting flashbacks of Michigan. So I know it was like around 7 to 6 to go, and I was like, shit, like Reinov is like right behind me. I know he's gonna make a move on me. I really don't want to pass Jet Blast right now, but I have so many options I can do. And I was like, well, it's a little bit greedy, but I had to take the shot. I mean, considering the points format, if this was playoff and I knew I was safe and go, I would have stayed with Jet Blast. But I mean, every single point kind of counts in this type of format. And then I'm like six on points and stuff like that. So I know John had a bad day. I know Jacob had a bad day. I'm like, this is like my chance to get like as many points as I could.
Yeah, you came into
Um,
this race about 5 points behind Zach to
yeah,
fifth place, and actually about six behind John because he was only 1 point ahead of Zach. So I think you're definitely gonna leapfrog him. And I don't know how many stage points you in the 48 got. I think you probably got more. So yeah, that should probably move you up to fourth in points if my math is correct, which it usually never is. But if it is this time, that probably moves you up 2 spots. So good points day overall.
yeah. I mean, I hope that's what happens. I knew Jet Blast was really good on points. I mean, he was winning the stages and all that. So I mean, I know he'll be safe for the lead. I'm pretty sure, considering what happened to Jacob. So, and I just like wanted really to just show off really all I could race. Considering the next Gateway, I'm like I don't really run it too often, so I'm not really sure what will happen there. Um, and Vegas I'm good at, but I want to have a shot, so that's just kind of my mentality.
Well, man, if you keep this up, you're gonna have a shot just about every week. It seems like. So just keep at it. You're doing a really good thing right now, and congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And I want to shout out Jet Black. Me and him were just rocking it off the entire race. I mean, the whole like top six and five were just really good at all times.
Absolutely, and 1-2
You
for
scratch my
Trackhouse.
back, I scratch yours.
Yeah,
Teamwork makes the dream work, boys.
hell yeah.
And like they said, Gateway next week around the same time. Anyone got any final words before we close on out of here?
I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and hope you guys join us next week. Maybe I won't lag out.
I hope not. It was a shame to see you lag out and the problems with Jacob. So I hope the lobby's a little bit better next week, so everybody can show up and put on a great race at Gateway.
And that'll be it from us here on the Phantom YouTube channel. We'll be back here next Friday for the second to last race at Gateway for the NARS Chase for the Cup. Again, it's a close battle for the championship between Jet Blast and Jacob. Now Jet Blast has the points lead, but it is far from over. It's likely going to go to the last race at Vegas, which is 2 weeks from now. So definitely mark your calendars for that. But we are going to head ourselves out of here again. Sub to the channel, like all that stuff that they say on YouTube. I got to head out because I haven't eaten dinner yet, and I'm ready to get out of here. So